Hello, my name is Monica Fernandez. I live in Cuenca all my life. I have studied in different schools, currently studying design at the University of Cuenca. Now I am going to talk about my project that includes several topics. The relationships with my family is very important, and the relationships with my friends. I will also talk about the products I purchased and the problem they had with them. We're going to see the video.
Sometimes we wonder how past generations have been. I mean, in the past, relationships, technology, and even people were different. Perhaps in the generations of my parents or even my grandparents it communicates was really difficult because there was no direct ways to call, as there are no cell phones or social networks, where simple dial a number and now you can communicate with the person we want. Probably the technology was not as advanced as it is in this time, as once told me that my father had bought a television and this was supposed to come to colors, but the TV was connected to just LED. It was very difficult to find someone to arrange the television, so they searched throughout the city and at the end found a technical fix that so as not to have to change the television. Although problems will happen today, like the time in which I bought a cell but flawed when so I had to take it the word I bought to help me to fix it. They say they could switch to another cell, but I prefer to send it to fix. It returned me 2 days later and this time it worked really well. Living inside the technology now and before there is another issue that also tended to change over time. Relationships, I mean friends and dating. It is known which of my generation is better or worse, but they have changed over time. Such as in the generations of my grandparents, they communicate by letters. And so only once a week or even once a month it must have been difficult, but their relationships lasted longer. Although many times people were only together for commitment and their families decide who should marry for his family, social status, and even education. If their parents arrived to reject the relationships, they could not together. At present, relations are much more liberal. People can be with whom they think they are correct, but many times relationships do not last long. People are with other sporadical. Relations are had-lived, but social networks that usually target images or states with love. But it is rare that such things work and couples come to be together for a long time. Relationships become monotonous and boring to some somewhat, and this not only gives you young, if not also occurs if adults, who never published his lovely life in great detail, as they are doing with their part, what they eat, they are reading or think like that. They think that is correct but do not realize that things like that ruin relationships between couples and friends, as gossip spread, often even among themselves, friends and family who criticize certain relationships. Gossip is not only on social networks, but also between the family and neighbors in everyday life. They are news or comments, true or false, about the lives of others, with which it is intended to speak ill of anyone or alienate of with other people. Gossip can become hurtful, even if they are false. They can hurt people because they let bad name to the person who is speaking. Many times we say it without thinking and perhaps without intending to hurt the person in question, but in the end we go to hurt. Gossip, expand and grow, with malice where the person who speaks to works of it, and the other just they are having fun to talk about. For example, a few months ago I got up very early in the morning before heading to college. I made my bed and did my homework. In the afternoon I went to college. I took to the bus to get to college. After that I meet my friends. We talk about certain things, but in a moment appeared a girl in my class and my friends and I started talking about her. Said many things about her that we had heard from other people without knowing if this was true or not. In a way, we feel funny talking about it. We laughed as we made mocking gestures without knowing that this girl was standing behind us listening to every word we said. That girl said nothing, but his face showed it all, looked sad, and my friends and I just stayed silent and motionless without knowing what to do. After a few days, we realized to those rumors about her were lies in its entirety. We did not know how to apologize to her until today. In class, we were doing two tasks the teacher suggested we do in the pairs and just touched me to partner with her. I just did other things in my notebook until I decided to apologize, but I know my apology was not enough. Thank you.